Welcome or welcome back to All right. Special shout out to Evan. I know you're watching somewhere, and thank you everyone else for tuning in. I want to preface by saying yes, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I apologize, but it just means we have a lot to talk about, right? Lots and lots and lots to talk about. I have a page full of stuff here, so I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as possible. But yeah, hopefully I remembered everything, because I know throughout like the last couple weeks I've seen stuff get announced and seen stuff come out, and I've been like, holy shit, I need to talk about this or talk about that or whatever. So I'm hoping that I don't forget about anything. I think what I want to start out with is a simple thank you. Actually, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I think everybody is great, and I hope everyone's having a great day. Now, let's move on. UFC. There was a UFC event today. It was a fight night it was a fight night. Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates, and Carlos Prates won. You had Benil Dariush in the co-main. You had some other bums fighting. I didn't have a chance to watch it. It was all the way in Perth, I'm pretty sure, so it was like super early. It was already happening by the time I woke up. It was basically done by like 10 a.m. in Florida, so, or in Eastern time or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm excited that Carlos Prates won. I didn't really have like a big favorite going into that fight. I like Carlos Prates. I think he's a good fighter. I thought his last fight against was it Joyce Neal or was it Leon? I don't know who he fought last. It might have been Leon. I think he fought Leon last, or if he fought Joyce Neal last. Regardless, both of those fights were solid, and I think he has bounced back from his Ian Gary loss very well. But I've been seeing a bunch of people online saying that he should get the title fight, that he's next. I don't know what we're talking about. I mean, Ian Gary's right there. As much as, I'm not the biggest fan of Ian Gary, but Ian Gary beat Carlos Prates. Right? I mean, yeah, I guess Ian Gary hasn't fought in a pretty long time. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't agree with the sentiment that Carlos Prates deserves a title shot, but I do want to see it one day. I think that is a fight that I would love to see. We have UFC 328 coming up next. That is Sean Strickland versus Khamzat. Just to let you guys know, this is what my book looks like. It's like fucking falling apart. But yeah, Khamzat versus Sean Strickland. I'm not very excited for that fight. I know one of my friends has been saying, like, I could see Sean winning that. I could see Sean, whatever. I don't think Sean wins that any day of the week. If you want me to be honest, I don't think Sean wins that. I don't think he's even going to be like, competitive in that fight. Genuinely, I do not think that. If you would have asked me before the Drukas fight, I would have said, yeah, Drukas would have definitely, like, put up a little bit of comp against Khamzat compared to Sean. But I guess we'll see. Maybe Sean Strickland will do something. Shout out Crave. If you've never had Crave before, it's pretty solid. Nothing too crazy, but it's good. Also on that card, you have Joshua Van versus Tatsuya Taira. I think that'll be a fun fight, but I'm still kind of butthurt that Pantoja's not getting a instant rematch. I mean, sure, give him time to recover and stuff, but if they give Pantoja any fight but a title fight, we have some serious discussions to have. There's in no world should Pantoja have a fight that's not for the title. Did I say that right? I think I did. He should be fighting for the title. 110%. That should have been the rematch. I hope Joshua Van wins just so I can see Pantoja beat the fuck out of Joshua Van in the rematch. I guess we'll see. Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. I'm actually very excited for that fight. I think that looks good. And then you have King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. And then some other kind of decent fights on the card. I think there was one fight on there. Jared Gordon versus Jim Miller. I thought that was a okay fight. And there's some other ones on there. I think Volkov versus Waldo Ortiz. How you know I Dominica Papi? How you know? Yeah, it's a good fight. I mean, it's an okay card. I think it's fine. It's a fine card. I think I'm definitely more excited for the UFC 6 reveal trailer or teaser trailer, whatever they want to call it. I think it's reveal trailer. I believe it comes out on the 5th of May. at 11 a.m. So I'm very excited about that. I think that, or at least let me rephrase this. I hope that they'll actually do something worth playing and worth like buying and worth investing in. Really, my wants and desires out of the new UFC game, above all, in my opinion, right? My humble opinion, my number one desire is just a better character customization in the entirety of the game. Like, give me more options, give me a completely reworked character customization menu or whatever, and we're chilling. We're chilling. Like, I just can't believe that 75% of the options that are in UFC 5 for the character customization for tattoos and hairstyles and the presets and everything, like, it is ripped from UFC 1. That bitch came out in like probably almost 10 years ago. Like, it is insane. We need to just not touch that. We're in Frostbite 100% now. You know what I mean? Like, we need new assets, we need new presets, we need new hairstyles, and like, we need it all. I want in-depth character customization. I want to be able to make someone that looks exactly like me. Like, that's all I'm asking. Bring back the face scan shit if you really... I don't even know if it was a thing back in the older games. I want to say it was, but it might have not been. I might be tripping. I don't know. That's my number one desire. Obviously, I hope the gameplay is fun. I've heard slight rumors that they're going to have, like, game modes and stuff and different, like, types of modes. And like a story mode kind of similar to, like, a Fight Night Champion. I think that could be cool. I want, like, a good My Career mode, and, like, just... I want everything to be good, obviously, but I'm excited regardless. I will see what the reveal trailer looks like. But yeah, that's my takes for UFC. And I guess we'll go into movie and TV news because we have quite a bit to touch on there. I trust me, there's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna try to speed through this and not yap about one specific thing for a very, very long amount of time. So, the Michael movie is out. I didn't check what the box office is at. Maybe I'll pop it up on screen. But last time I checked, it was over 200 mil. It was close to 300 mil, and I'm sure it's probably touched 300 mil by now. It's been about a little over a week. I saw it a couple days after it came out, and my review is, I think it's really good. I wasn't blown away. I wasn't in my head thinking this is the best movie I've ever seen. I think it definitely could have been better. I think the main criticism from me would just be the pacing of the movie. I think it's a little over 2 hours, but it felt so long. It felt really, really long. The third act in specific felt very long. I think that's purely because they had to kind of do reshoots and had to kind of completely change the movie. There's subjects that they filmed and planned to talk about, but they couldn't talk about. So I understand it, but at the same time, as a movie, I think it is lacking. But performance-wise, it is so good. Jafar did so good. 10 out of 10 performance from Jafar Jackson. I think he did an amazing job. If you don't know who that is, that's the nephew that played Michael Jackson. I think he did a very, very good job. I think his performance was spot on. I think it was very good, and I don't think he could have done any better. And that's saying something because it's like Michael Jackson is not an easy role. It's not something that, like, can just do. You know what I mean? Like, that is a hard role. And I think he killed it. Like, I think genuinely killed it. I think most of the performances in the movie, Joseph Jackson was very good. His brothers were all good. The bodyguard, I forget his name. Except for the one scene where he was, like, in LA and they were, like, on the hills looking out on the city. I thought the bodyguard's kind of, like, his kind of speech there was, like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm, like, tapping into acting a little bit too much, but regardless, performance-wise, it was good. And I think overall, for me, out of 5 stars, Letterboxd score, I gave it like a 3.5, which is like a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. I thought it was really, really good. Not really, really good, but I thought it was really good. I think the performances carried very, very hard, and I think pacing of the movie brought it down quite a bit. But I'd buy it on Blu-ray, and I'd probably watch it again sometime soon. But like I said, I wasn't like blown away by it. I saw some comments and people talking about it, and people being like, holy shit, this is the best movie of all time. And I didn't get that. I understand Michael Jackson is great. I love Michael Jackson. My feed on Instagram and TikTok, mostly Instagram, has all been Michael Jackson. I like saw clips of the movie on my feed, and I would like went down a rabbit hole, and before you know it, it's like all Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. And I think everybody's just kind of in a fever of him right now. So there's a lot, and my whole social media is like still Michael Jackson. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Michael. I thought it was solid. I'm not a big fan that it's a 2-parter though. We'll see what happens there. Some movies coming out for May, because it is May 2nd when I'm filming this, and it'll be May 4th, I believe, when this comes out on Monday. Yeah, so happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. Can I just call it Star Wars Day? Happy Star Wars Day. I'm just going to call it that. Speaking of Star Wars, Mandalorian and Grogu, that movie comes out this month, May 22nd. I think it would have been kind of cool if they dropped it on the 4th, but I get it, Friday, kind of thing. But yeah, May 22nd for that. Backrooms comes out May 29th. What else? Punisher: One Last Kill. The the Disney Plus Punisher special comes out May 12th. And Mortal Kombat 2 comes out May 8th. So yeah, let me know which one of those movies you're gonna watch. For me, I'm definitely looking forward to Backrooms the most. For this month, I think that movie is gonna be very solid. Everything I've seen for it has looked very good, and I'm excited for that movie. I think that it's going to be right up my alley, and I'm excited. So, yeah, it comes out this month. Some TV shows that also come out this month. I know The Boys Season 4, or is it Season 5? I think it's Season 5. I could be tripping. If it's Season 4, then Season 4 wrapped up. If it's Season 5, then Season 5 wrapped up. But the last episode for The Boys ever, I'm pretty sure, came out April 29th. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I know my boy is watching it, and he's liking it from what I've heard. But yeah, the last episode came out, so I'm hoping that it was good. I can't say I've heard much about it, but then again, I'm not really in the circle of the boys, so I don't know if anything like super duper crazy happened. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really heard much. I feel like I would have at least seen something if like Homelander died, or like if some crazy fucking shit. The only thing that I've seen from this season is the clip of Homelander. For the context, it's Homelander telling a dog to fuck him, but I think it's the dog dreaming about that, maybe, or I don't know if Homelander actually did that. Regardless, that's the only thing I've seen, which is kind of crazy. Spider-Man Noir comes out May 25th on Amazon Prime. I'm looking forward to that. There was another trailer that came out for it, and it looks pretty good. I hope it's good. It when I look at it, it sort of rubs me in a way that it could be bad. I want to believe that it's going to be good, because I think if it is good, then I think it'll be really good. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But really, I think it could be bad. From the trailer, like, I'm not completely sold. I still am a little skeptical. But I guess we'll see. May 25th. And then Daredevil, Born Again. I believe the last episode, episode 8, comes out May 5th. That's pretty cool. And I also wanted to briefly talk about, to finish off movies and TV shows, I started watching Invincible. So I watched season 1, and I thought it was pretty good. I would give it a 4 out of 5, or an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really, really good. I enjoyed the performances of it. I enjoyed the story of it. I think just a lot of shit obviously happens in the first season, and a lot of people think the first season's very good, and I agree. I think it's very good, and I don't want to like harp on something that's already been harped on to death, but I think obviously the animation is one of the biggest things that kind of drag it down a little bit. There's some portions of the show that don't bother me whatsoever. They look very good. And then there's some portions where it's like they could have done better. You know what I mean? Like you watch it and you're like they could have done better there. And the thing is, this is season 1 and I've heard that it gets worse. And I hope that it doesn't. Like I don't know if it does, and if it does, like if it's like substantially worse, I don't know. But I've heard it gets worse. So I'm hoping for the best. I really am. I'm gonna try to get into season 2, 3, and 4 as soon as I can. Maybe season 2 I'll start watching as soon as possible. But I guess let's get into some gaming stuff. I just recently bought a Switch 2. I did not pay full price. I refused to pay like $450, $500 for a Switch 2. So I got it on Facebook Marketplace and I paid $300 for it. I gave it to a woman that needed money for her electric bill. And she was like, "Hey, look, like, I don't really want to sell it. And I know my daughter, when she sees that it's gone, she's probably going to be pretty mad at me, but, I need to pay the light bill." So, and I was like, yeah. Thank you. Like I don't know what to say. But thanks. I've been liking it. I think the Switch 2 is cool. I traded in my OLED afterwards and got some money for that and bought Bonanza, and that's it. That's the only game I bought. There's actually a little bit I want to talk about the Switch 2. There's a couple things I want to talk about. I bought Bonanza and I bought it physically. And I told myself at a certain point in time, I was like, I'm going to buy as many physical games as possible, right? Like, whenever I play a console, whether it be my 360, my PS5, my Switch, my PS2, whatever, like, obviously some I could buy digitally and some I can't, but, like, with specifically, I guess, my PS5 and my Switch, I want to try to buy physical. But with the Switch, I didn't realize how bad the game key card situation is. It's really bad, and I refuse to buy a game key card and have to download it onto the system and then continuously take the key card, put it in, and then play it. And it's like, at that point, I'm just gonna buy it digitally. You know what I mean? Why would I buy a game key card, have a physical card, have to put it into the console, download the game, and then anytime I want to play the game, I have to put it in there, when I could just buy a digital game and download it and then play it whenever? And the easy answer would be because I like physical media, and I like physical stuff, and I like actually having the game and actually having, like, the case and stuff like that. But the Switch 2 is horrible. Even with, like, the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, and I think Skyrim's the same way, it's not even a game key card. It's literally just a code, like a download code that's in the case. Why are we doing that? Why is that a thing? I get it, like, oh, we're trying to save money. You know what I mean? Like, making these physical copies is really expensive. You're still making cases. You're still, wasting the plastic to make the case and put that shit on the shelf. Why not just take the digital code, make a digital code card or whatever, and just put it? Because they already do that. You'll go into GameStop, you'll have all the cases and stuff, and then right next to it you'll have, like, Bonanza codes and Mario Kart World codes and whatever, and, like, it's just a thing, and it's like a gift card code. You scratch the thing and just redeem it. I don't understand. Like, it makes no sense. So I refuse to buy any game key cards. Luckily, Bonanza was not a game key card, but I just realized recently that Pokopia is only a game key card. So that is a game that I want, and I'm gonna have to buy it digitally, because I'm not getting a game key card. I'm not getting a game and then having to download the game and then have it downloaded on my console but still have to put it in. Like, it just makes no sense. Makes no sense. So yeah, that's really one of my only gripes. The only other gripe that I have with my Switch 2 is the way that I hold it. Now let me explain. So I bought Mouse PI for Hire. I've been wanting to play it, and I saw that it wasn't on the Switch OLED, and I was like, I was gonna buy it on my PlayStation at first, but once I, got it kind of into the Switch or whatever, and I was playing my Bonanza, playing my Tomadachi life and stuff, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy Mouse PI. You know what I mean? Because realistically, when it drops physically, it's probably not gonna be an actual cartridge. It's gonna probably be a game key card or even worse. So maybe I'll buy it for the PlayStation, but probably not. Anyway, I bought it and I started playing it, and I was playing it in handheld, and I realized I was like, it's not comfortable because my left hand, okay, it's holding obviously the left Joy-Con, the blue one. So I'm holding it, and that's comfortable, right? My thumb placement is the biggest thing. My thumb placement's good. I can move that joystick, and I'm moving around, and it's cool. My right hand, though, and specifically my right thumb, with that right Joy-Con, like, to hold it comfortably, it's just very hard, because it's like, if I'm playing handheld, I want to lay down or sit down like I am and just play. And I can't really find it comfortable to do that with the way that the Switch 2 is like built and shaped, and it's just like not comfortable in my hands. So I have this thing. This is the JC200. It's a wireless controller for the OLED, or I guess the Switch 1. When I hold this is like perfect for my hands. Like when I hold it, my right thumb is able to like hold it comfortably and be able to move this as much as I want, touch these, whatever. When I'm holding just regular Switch 2 with the Joy-Cons and stuff, this left hand's fine, but this one, it's just like I can't be comfortable playing it handheld. I really can't. So I think I'm just gonna have to play it docked with my Pro controller and just like play it that way, because I don't know. I bought one of those for the Switch 2, and it should be here tomorrow. So I guess we'll see, because that is like perfect for my hands, and the way that it's set up, it works perfectly. I think just first person games, it's a struggle playing it handheld, and that could be a very personal thing, but it is what it is. Also, speaking, Tomadachi Life has been very, very fun. My girlfriend has been playing it as well. Very fun game. If you haven't gotten it yet, I definitely do highly recommend it. And some other games that are coming out. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, coming out May 21st. Obviously, that's a Switch 2 game. I haven't really heard too much about it, but it looks okay. I think the art style looks fire on it, but it'll probably be one of those games that I'd probably skip out on. Switch 2 wise, I want Pokopia. Think I'm gonna. I got Hades, and I've been playing a little bit of Hades. So Hades 2 eventually I'll probably get, and I guess Mario Kart World like eventually, but I don't know. I've been playing Bonanza and trying to play Mouse PI for Hire, but Lego Batman also comes out May 22nd. I could see myself maybe buying that for the Switch, but I think I might buy it for... It really just depends if it's a game key card gang. Like, if it isn't and it's a cartridge for the Switch 2, I probably will. But if it's not, I might buy it digitally. I don't know. I'm not sure. 007, that'll definitely be a game I get for like my PlayStation. That comes out May 27th, and Lego Batman comes out May 22nd. So, yeah, those are the games to look forward to that are coming out. And I also have some other stuff that I kind of forgot to talk about. I'll talk about this one, Black Flag, Assassin's Creed, the remake. It's coming out in July. I believe it's July like 11th or something like that. That looks really, 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 really good. I'm actually very excited for it. I've been wanting to replay Black Flag for like a couple months now, or since last year really. So 5-6 months. I think the remake's going to be pretty solid. It looks good. I've been seeing people just like shitting on it and being stupid and saying some dumb shit about it, saying like, oh, the original looks better, and it's like, dude, there's no way you're looking at this game and saying the original looks better. There's side-to-side comparisons where the city is more has more depth in the new remastered version, more foliage, more fucking shit going on, better textures, better fucking like frames and everything. Like, it's just, I don't understand how you could look at the original and be like, I think it looks better. I can understand if you say, like, I prefer the original. Maybe you just, I don't know, like that graphic style better, but you can't say it's better. You can't say that the old one looks better. Like, you're lying. You're lying. So, I don't know. That comes out in July, though. So, I'm very excited for that. And then there was some other trailers that came out. The Clayface trailer looks very solid. I'm very excited for that. I forget when it comes out. I know it's sometime this year. I want to say it might be like a June or a July. It actually might be October. I think it's October. I'll pop it on screen. But yeah, Clayface looks really good. I think them leaning into the body horror side of it is very cool. I just hope that story-wise it's able to capture the audience and tell a compelling story. I think visually it looks good. I think the effects so far in it look good, and I'm concerned about the story, but I think it's possible to have a good story there. Resident Evil trailer dropped as well. A lot of back and forth about that one. People kind of shitting on it and hating on it, saying like, this isn't Resident Evil, this is just a fucking zombie game. Genuinely, nobody can be happy. It's insane. With Black Flag, nobody could be happy. Resident Evil trailer, nobody could be happy. It's just like insane to me. The Resident Evil trailer looks solid. You have the director of Weapons, the director of Barbarian, coming in and doing his interpretation, his idea of Resident Evil, and I'm glad that he's not doing a one-to-one of a video game and getting Leon Kennedy in there and just doing Resident Evil 2 the movie. Like, we already have that in video game form. We have the original, we have the remake, we have it. Like, I'm glad that we're able to get something that's like in that realm and in that lore, but just different. It looks good. I thought the trailer was solid. Like, I like the actor, the main actor. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he's great. There was something else that I saw him in. I feel like he always wears a fucking backwards cap, or at least in the movie I'm thinking of, he had a backwards cap on. There was a movie that he's been in that I remember he did solid in, but I thought it looked good. Resident Evil trailer, let me know what you think. I don't know. I thought it looked good. And then obviously the Doomsday trailer hasn't come out yet as of recording this, but it was shown off at the event that they did, and a lot of people were saying it's good. A lot of people were liking it. I'm excited. I'm surprised they haven't dropped it yet, really, but I'm very excited to see the trailer. I've heard that like Shang-Chi fights Gambit in the trailer. I think that'll be cool. I think the idea of having like X-Men versus Avengers and them kind of like learning to work together against Doom and that idea is cool. And I think something that I've heard and it helped me look at the movie, and maybe if you haven't heard this before, it'll kind of help you look at this movie in a different light. And that's Doomsday I'm talking about. Obviously, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame were very big movies, very big events, very big spectacles, and it was a kind of a two-parter, and it was very, like, big, right? The biggest. With Doomsday, I think a lot of people were looking at it and seeing, like, a natural progression and thinking, like, Doomsday is going to be this next big event. And, like, yes, I think it will be. But I think this movie would be better to look at as, like, a new start, right? You had Avengers 1, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, right? You had that. It was all, like, leading up to something. It was all leading up to Endgame. And then you had all that. I think if we look at Doomsday not as another Infinity War or Endgame, and we look at it like another Avengers 1, right? Like, this is the start, an amazing story, right? You have Doomsday, and then you have Secret Wars after that, and you have whatever else after that. Like, maybe Secret Wars, yeah, is this, like, Endgame style event, and maybe Doomsday is like an Infinity War, and they're a two-parter, and they work together, and they're, like, just those two movies again. I don't know. But I think, for me, it's a little more realistic in my eyes to think of Doomsday as, like, in Avengers 1 rather than like having it build up and live up to the potential of like an Infinity War and Endgame and stuff. Because I don't think it will. I don't know. I'm very skeptical on Doomsday. I obviously haven't seen any trailers for it, and I've had minimal information and like everybody else. But I don't know. I think I'm skeptical. I want to see the trailer. I think it will sell me or make me even more skeptical. So I don't know. But that is everything on here. But before we go and just I leave, I wanted to go ahead and have a nice bowl of hot takes. Yeah, what you gonna say? Hot takes, hot politics. Every other Monday. Every other Monday. All right, so I added some new ones in here, so there's a lot of different things. We're going to pick 3 total, I believe. We're just going to do one random one. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to do a pick a panel, because if you want me to be honest, I haven't really been locked in on comics and shit. Not to say that like I haven't been buying them or anything. I just haven't had a chance to like go through and actually read them, because I'm a fucking idiot. But first one. Let's see. Oh, what a great one. What a great one to start it off. People who say, just emulate it, in response to someone collecting physical games are dumb. I don't know if that's a hot take or if that's a mild take, or I don't know. But yeah, I think people, when they hear... Obviously, for me, I collect a lot of physical media. I have a lot of 360 games and PS2 games and whatever, and I have the consoles. So if somebody were to come to me and say, hey, why don't you just, on the PC that you also have, just emulate them, right? Like, play Silent Hill 2 for the PS2 on your PC. Play fucking Sleeping Dogs on whatever. Like, you can play it on Steam, but, like, play PS2 games on your PC, play 360 games on your PC, like play GameCube games on your PC. Why don't you just emulate them? And it's not that simple. You know what I mean? It's more of just like a collecting thing, and it's more of just like the vibe of turning on the console and actually playing it on a TV, and having the actual controller and having that experience. It's a lot different. And I think people that do just say like just emulate it, and they don't really understand collecting the actual games. I don't know. I just can't relate, and I think you're pretty dumb anytime somebody says it. Like it's not a good take to say just emulate it. It really isn't. So that's my life. Let's see. Next one. Oh, here we go. Okay, I know what this one is. So we talked about UFC in the beginning. I talked about Sean Strickland and Hamzat and stuff like that, and I have here, UFC matchmaking is at an all-time low at the moment. I agree, because I wrote it. Yeah, I don't think that the matchmaking has been very good. I mean, even with Hamzat versus Sean Strickland, I'm good. I'm good off of that fight. I think there's some fights that come to mind that, like, just don't make any sense. I think the Izzy versus Joe Pyfer fight didn't make any sense. And it was kind of dumb to have it that early and just, like, at that time. I don't know. Like, I think a lot of the matchmaking nowadays, and as of late, has just been giving fighters chances that they don't deserve. For example, Brandon Allen versus Edmund Sharbazian. I believe that's how you say his name. No, his first name is Edmund. That fight makes zero sense. You're giving a guy who's on, what, a 2-fight winning streak, if that, a fight against the number 4 ranked guy. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I saw an interview with Edmund, and he was like, yeah, I mean, this is a very rare opportunity. Like, this, they don't do this very often. But I think they gave me the opportunity because I'm a young guy, I'm explosive, and I get finishes and stuff. And it's like, I couldn't tell you a good finish that you've had against a good fighter. Like, I don't know. I don't think the matchmaking has been that good. I mean, there's some good fights. Joshua Van versus Tatsuo Tara, another kind of fight in my opinion. I don't know, man. I don't have them all listed in front of me, but a lot of the ones that I've been seeing recently have just been kind of shit. And I could be wrong on that one, but I do think that the matchmaking lately has been kind of shitty. But last one, and then we're gonna sign off of Beanbag Banter. This one fell out of the thing, so let's go this one. All right. Ooh, I was gonna ruffle some feathers. Okay. Let me preface this by saying I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, or even really any kind of trading cards in that matter. But I have here, buying loose, ungraded Pokemon cards is kind of dumb. Now, let me explain. Let's say there's a card that I think is cool. Like, for example, a card that I think is cool. The Full Art Baby Mewtwo card. It's very, like, kind of basic head-ass card. But it's very expensive. It's probably, like, in the thousands. Even ungraded, I think it's very expensive. And I don't understand. I don't understand, like, maybe I could understand, like, getting that card and it's graded and it's like a number 10. It's a pristine card. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I could kind of understand that. Like, yes, it's very expensive, but like, okay, it's a number 10. That's kind of a rare thing to see sometimes. But yeah, I think buying loose, ungraded cards just doesn't. I don't know. Like, then again, I'm not really in that, like, realm. I just think it makes more sense for, like, sports cards and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a LeBron card with, like, part of his jersey in it, like, they have that, like, kind of cool shit going on in there. They have the parts of the jersey in there and parts of the fucking the ball or whatever, or, like, just crazy shit sometimes with these cards that are, like, super thick, and, like, those I can understand. Like, okay, there's a piece of memorabilia in there and it's, like, more than just, like, a card. But I think part of this is just me not really understanding the whole kind of Pokemon phase, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, people spending all this money on Pokemon and shit, like, I can't get behind it. I wish I could. Like, be one of those people that really, really loves Pokemon and, like, spends a bunch of money. Because I think getting Pokemon packs or just Magic packs or Yu-Gi-Oh packs or whatever, like, buying, like, cards, like, in a pack and, like, ripping the pack and having that thrill of, like, okay, like, I'm gonna get something crazy is 10 times better than just going out and buying the card that you want. You know what I mean? I think it's just so much more of a thrill and so much more of, like, a better experience to, like, try to get the card. I understand it's probably going to cost you 10 times as much, most likely. So I guess that's why people do it. But I don't know. I guess my real take is, like, I just don't understand the whole Pokemon thing. I understand that they're cool, like, the art's cool and stuff. I just think it's too expensive. I think a lot of the Pokemon shit is just too expensive, and we're giving these motherfuckers too much money, way too much money. Let me take a sip of my drink. I'm, like, teasing this shit. But yeah, I wasn't gonna do a pick a panel, like I said, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I don't know how long this episode's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it might be one of our longest episodes yet. So tomorrow I'm gonna be editing a lot, or at least for you guys. Yesterday I was editing a lot, but yeah, thank you for tuning in. It feels good to sit back down and, like, just talk about stuff. So I hope a lot of people tune in and join me and just kind of enjoy hearing me yap about a bunch of different shit. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Do what you want to do and do it to the best of your ability. I'm gonna fuck with y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. Peace out.